episode of Trainer Confidential. We had the Flex Pro this weekend. Want to go over, and well, a couple topics we want to go over, but Flex Pro was a pretty good show this weekend. Behrooz won that. Deasha came in second. Arguably, you could say that could have went either way. What did you think about it? First off,
Yeah, I mean, leading up to Olympia, they're getting the quality is coming up
yeah.
for sure. So
Yeah.
that's the main
Well,
thing right there.
and Behrooz is just he's fresh out a week from the show, the Empro last
Right, right.
weekend. So and he was looking pretty phenomenal. His conditioning was really well. Deasha though, he kind of, and I'm going to bring up picks. He kind of surprised me. I thought he looked really good. I mean, and he does look good
He's
anyway.
he's he's
But
fairly consistent.
yeah,
Josh is
he
pretty
is.
consistent. He's
He
gonna
is.
he's never really off as far as like conditioning and stuff goes, So
No, he's not. You're right about that. I got the scorecards here. I actually haven't even looked at them yet. They just came out. So see what they're, from what I understand, Beirut's he got he it wasn't a close match. So so Diasha got 6 in prejudging and 6 in finals. And Beirut's got 3 in prejudging, 3 in finals. So that's still pretty close. But I want to go over, I found these side by side picks. I just wanted to go over it with you. This is on Beirut's page here, I believe. So yeah, I mean, go to the next one here. So I'm just, when I'm looking at it, my eyes are going to D Asher myself. And mainly it's the legs. He's just proportionate everywhere, minus he doesn't have as wide the lats as Beirut has. Beirut, his bottom doesn't match his top, but his conditioning was on point. But I mean, and I seen some close pics of Diasha too. That was just like, this had to have been a show that you'd have to be there to really say who won. What do
it,
you
it,
think
it
of?
is because I mean, based on this right here,
Yeah, what do you think
I
of this?
mean, I mean, if because we can actually like go pose for pose, you know what I
Mhm.
mean?
And
But
I
I
got
would
that right
say
here. So
with this front double arm bicep, I'm giving this to I'm not giving this to Diasha.
no,
Just structurally, it's just not it's not there.
okay,
Um, but like I said, but he could have made up with other poses.
yeah,
Like, I mean, if we went through the whole spectrum of all of the poses, like maybe Dasher he may get a lot of the side poses and stuff like that. But from
hmm
north and south, he's not better than what is his name again?
Beirut, Beirut.
Beirut. He's not better than Beirut. This Beirut is
I could take that.
I mean, if you take a look at Beirut, but just by himself, if you
Yeah,
just take Nathan Gasher out of it,
yeah,
this is a pretty standard front double arm bicep here. Okay,
yeah.
this is there's not a lot of people that are not going to accept that. Okay,
hmm
it's he's everything is there. If you move it aside and you just go with Diasha, I mean and like I said, that he's a good bodybuilder and stuff.
Yeah.
Based on what he's having to work with, and he's always on point. And it's a good thing he is because structural wise, I mean, he's got a very 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 long torso, and you
Yes.
can kind of see his short legs. His legs are short, so
Yeah.
as far as like his proportions are really off, and there's nothing you can do to train for that.
Yeah.
But just looking at this pose right here, I would give this to his name again,
Beirut. So
Beirut. I would
so
give this to Beirut. But like I
I
said, we'd
I
have to take a
agree
look
with
at
you
other
that
poses.
it's an aesthetics thing. It's an
Yeah,
aesthetics thing.
you
Yeah.
know,
I
and
I
and,
yeah,
and
I
this is something you can't train for. You either have it or you don't.
yeah. What
Now,
about the
so
front
so
lap?
so here, it's a little closer.
Mhm.
It's a little closer. You
Who do you
know,
think has this one?
this one's a lot closer than that front double arm bicep.
Yeah.
I wow, this is a close one.
I got to go with Beirut still on this one, but
Yeah, I would, but when this one is not nearly as flagrant as that front double arm bicep.
No,
This
no.
was a little bit close. Let's check out a side pose here.
See those high
Because
lats
right
on
now, so
Diasha
if
works
you got
for him.
that front double arm bicep, and you got that front lat spread, and let's give this to Diasher. So now it's like 50-50. Now the side chest.
So I got to give it to Behrooz too. He's got that feathering down here, and he's just he looks pretty good from the bottom and the top.
Yeah, and both of the side chests aren't bad. I
No,
don't know if Diasher's really gotten to his pose yet. I don't know. I don't know. I know Bears. He's pretty much there.
yeah,
You know, but I don't know if Diasha was actually in his pose when they took this shot. But
yeah, it's hard to say.
but so I mean, this one you say you're gonna give this a yeah. I mean, I'm looking downstairs.
Behrooz,
Not that I mean the is pretty good too.
yeah,
You know, but Diasha's got a bigger name than Behrooz, so he really
yeah,
does.
yeah,
He
yeah.
does. Let's check it out. Let's keep going. Let's go pose for pose.
Side tricep.
You know,
Boy, that's
I
a hard
can,
one. I still got
yeah,
to give it to
I can
Behrooz.
probably see it's be a coin to. I can probably see Diasha doing. The thing about Belarus, he's physically, literally trying to bring his glutes out. I
Yeah.
believe Diasha could do the same thing.
If you, yeah,
He's not engaging his glutes,
you're right. You're right. You're right.
But you clearly can see that they would probably be there.
Yeah.
So I mean, this would be a coin toss, and I'm pretty sure that's probably what they did on this one. So they flipped the coin and Diasha won it. So and I wouldn't argue with it.
Yeah.
If you give it to Burroughs, that's fine. But if you give it to Diasha, that's fine. They probably gave that to Diasha
Yeah.
simply because he's Diasha. All right, here we go. Let's see.
Back double
This
by.
is okay. So this is where the rubber meets the road right here.
And I still got to go with Beirut. I got to go with
I
Beirut here.
yeah, I'm with you on this one, bro. I mean, it's almost going back to that. But Diasha's structure from the back, even
Mhm.
though it's a north-south pose,
Mhm.
is a little bit better than his front. At least I
It
think
is.
his front double on bites is probably his weakest pose.
Yeah.
Because this is not this this doesn't look bad.
No, it's a
But
strong post.
yeah, but Barus, I would give this to Barus. I mean, me personally speaking. So
So if
so we got
Dasha,
we got like we got I think Barus is he's slightly ahead. Let's
yeah.
go. Let's keep
Yeah.
going. Let's see what this back lat spread's
So
gonna be.
so real quick, we go back to the front double by with Diasha. Do you think what's taken away from him is his high lats, huh? It's just
Yeah,
it
but
has nothing to
and
do with anything
right.
you can control.
The thing about it though, just because a person has a when you have somebody that has so they're both doing the box most muscular.
Hmm.
Um, Shoulder wise, girth wise,
Beirut.
um, Behrooz is wider.
Yeah.
He's like hitting the poles a little bit better. His abs are more prominent. And he's really striping across the chest. I mean, I I would probably give it. My eyes are just drawn more towards Behrooz, and mainly because of his
Same here.
structure. He's just got a
Yeah.
better structure than Diasha.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I agree. I give it to
I would have
Beirut.
to. I mean, Diasha has done extremely well considering the structure that he has.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, he's a top tier bodybuilder. Dash is he always does really well. And you're right. He's very conditioned when he goes. He doesn't go to a show not in shape. That's just not his
Yeah,
MO.
yeah,
Uh, but I'm looking at, the the gains he's made this last year is significant though, because legs didn't look that good last year. His upper body, I think there's more muscle maturity look to it now. But as far as his legs, I think he brought his legs up quite a bit from last year.
okay.
Behrooz, he's came up a lot because he was in the game last year, but he did a lot of shows.
Now,
But
Beirut, he's already is he already qualified for the Olympia?
yeah, yeah, this qualifies him. Yeah, Yep, this qualifies him. So last weekend he
Now I'm
took
talking about
second.
Behrooz. I'm talking about now. Who won this one? Diasha?
No, Behrooz won.
Okay,
No,
Beirut.
Dasha does
Yes.
does
Okay.
not
Good.
qualify.
Good. That's yeah. I can see that.
No, Behrooz won. Daasha still has to qualify. So, who is going to be at this show? Is supposed to be at the show is Michael Krizo. Michael Krizo, he was in the Empro Pro last weekend. He got third. He was right behind Behrooz. So I wanted to show you. He put this out. He put this out. Basically, such a short statement about the competition in Spain and what else. Sorry for those drunk eyes, but I did not sleep for almost 2 days properly, and I'm tired from the festival. So he made the decision, which I'll go right into this next, to skip out on this show this week because he's got some shoulder injuries. I guess he's been fighting for 2 years, and well, I'll just
Mm-hmm.
read what he said. He had a meeting with Nick Strength and Power, and he said, "I must go for lapar. I'm not going to pronounce that right.
Laparoscopic.
Laparoscopic surgery, right shoulder. I have a problem." And then he says, "I can't train good or pose good, and I take a lot of pills for the pain." So that is what he's doing this year, which sucks.
So he's done trying to qualify.
Yeah, I think he's just done for the year. I
He's
mean,
done. Yeah, he's done for the year. He's not done.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, whether he's gonna, and I wanted to go show you. This is what was it? What was this? This was the day before the show. Yeah, day before the show right here. This is an update day before the show.
Yeah. It's
He
just
looked pretty
basically
crazy.
he's just basically skin and muscle there.
Yeah. And he did not look like that on stage. So and that's the thing. He did not look like that on stage.
You know, see, that's one of the things about these. You just look fantastic and everything and stuff, and when you finally get on stage, a lot of people are like, well, what happened? I mean, it
Yeah. And anyway, well, that's what I wanted to talk about a little bit was what may have happened. So here's him on stage here. And he was conditioned because when I first watched the show last week, and I'm thinking, well, his conditioning was a little off. You get a good close. He was very
no, he
conditioned.
was he's good conditioning.
He was good conditioning. Well, here's what I think. I think he had some food issues. That's something I didn't read in that other article he was talking about. Is he's having aversion to food, which is what I think happened before that show. He was probably carving up, and the food just didn't agree with him. Whereas he says in here. Says in here somewhere
Yeah, let me
talking
see.
about how he can't.
Aversion to food. So we just said he had an aversion to food.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, and going back to that picture, I think that's what was up right there. I mean, when he looks a day before this, he looked like he did, and that was insane. That's the Michael Krizo look. But so he's going through some issues, in other words, and I think it's definitely good he's going to take the year off to take care of this. But where's he gonna go from here? Is he done? Is he gonna
Well,
still?
we know he's done for the year. He's still relatively young, so I don't think he's quite done. You know,
Well, I hope not. I mean, I don't know what's going on with his shoulder. Maybe even the same thing's going on with my shoulder. I don't know. But he's definitely got to fix that. It's probably a bunch of bone spurs and stuff, I'm sure. With as young as he is, 6 weeks or whatever, and he'll be right back on track. So if he
yeah,
took the
yeah,
whole year off, he could do some
yeah,
damage. You know what I mean? Get back to his
yeah,
fix whatever's going on with his diet and his,
yeah.
allergens to food or whatever it is. Because he looked a little inflamed to me on stage. That's what he looked like, was inflamed is a word.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought anyway. I thought he looked inflamed. Whereas here he does not look inflamed. you know. Now that granted, I don't know if that's
Because
edited or anything like
that
that.
that
My
time
guess,
off that time off of William Bonac paid off.
yeah, yeah, it
You
did. That's
know?
what I'm saying. Yeah. And Michael Krizo's in the boat right now where he's a top tier bodybuilder. I mean, he pulled seventh in the Olympia last year. You know, a year before that, I believe he just got his pro card. It was the year before that, something like he just
Right.
recently got his pro card, you know,
Yeah.
and he's just made this huge name for himself. And you know, he ain't done. Now, the question is, you know, if he's got these health issues and stuff like that, like at what point does he say, okay, you know, I'm going to keep going, or you know, maybe I'm going to take a break. You know what I mean?
You know, you know, I don't. I think the only thing that's really holding back right now is the injuries that he's got,
Yeah,
these issues that he has. I think Krizo. I think he feels he's probably got about another good 4 or 5 years to run this thing. You know, to get it. You know, if he does get it, then he'll probably stick around more just to hold on to it.
yeah.
But no, I don't think he's. We'll just have to see how the surgery goes.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
we'll have to
I
see how
mean,
the surgery goes.
this guy's a genetic freak. Like, you know, there's there's very few people in the world that are like Michael Krizo.
Right
I mean,
now, he is in that 1% group. You know, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
you know, if you're a top 7, top 8 Olympia finalist, you're in just being an Olympian.
yeah,
It puts you in the upper pantheon of bodybuilding and stuff. And
yeah.
and if you're a high placer in Olympia, yeah, you're where very few people are going to go,
So
in their lifetime.
Diasha is he won last year's Flex Pro,
Mm-hmm.
by the way, and Krizo won last year's Empro Pro.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the Empro Pro is what got him into the Olympia last year, and the same thing with
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they both kind of lost their crown there, but yeah, I don't know. I hope for a good recovery from Krizo. I like that guy.
When something like this happens, just shut it down and rectify it as soon as possible. That just gives you more time on the back end to prep for the next season.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean because the guy, I mean, in the last couple of years that we've been watching him, you know, people are complaining about things he needs to bring up, right? He's brought all those things up. He's
Oh
been
yeah,
working his ass off.
yeah. He's just honing and refining right now.
Yeah, and
You
you
know,
remember
and
the
and
last thing was his glutes, you know. Yeah, you
right,
bring up glutes. He brought up those glutes,
yeah.
you know.
And
So
to stay in that competitive grind, I mean, yeah, it can wear you down, but at the same time, your body gets so acclimated to prepping and stuff,
yeah,
and it gets a little easier to do. You find yourself able to get a little leaner, you know what I mean? Once you get to that point to where you're in that front pack, you got to stay with it. So,
yeah, yeah,
but I'm pretty sure if it wasn't for the situation that he's in right now, that he'd definitely be at it.
yeah. If he wouldn't, I believe he could have won. He could have won the show last year if
Yeah.
everything was going right. I
But
just
right now he's just being smart, and there's nothing
yeah.
wrong with that.
Nope, nope. More
He's
power
being
to him.
smart.
You know, he's going to come back stronger than ever, and that time's going to do him some good.
And once again, William Bonac's coming
Yep,
in. I
some
think
bone.
was he off a season or 2 seasons? I was like, what
I
the heck?
believe he was off one season at least.
1 season? Yeah, it
Yeah,
seemed like a long time. I guess because he's a top tier bodybuilder, so
yeah,
when you don't hear from him for like a year, you're like, hey, what's going on with William
yeah.
Bonac?
Where they at? What's going?
And we see that he was doing fine.
Yes, yeah. He
And I'm
was
pretty sure the same thing's going to happen with
Krizo. Yeah,
Rizzo.
yeah. I hope so. Anyway, I hope I'm best. Anyway, you guys got any comments? Where do you think Krizo is going to go from here? Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and we will see you next week.
Absolutely.